Well, it has been another fantastic day. Today's a big day. Today is a long time coming. We've been working on the Foxbody, or I've been working on it since April, doing miscellaneous things, getting it prepped, everything else. However, recently, as you guys have tuned in, you've seen me do a lot of epically exciting videos of sanding and what color I end up being, which is pink, because red turns into pink magically. And most of my gear stained, most of my work, my shop clothes, things like that, my bibs are stained. And I don't mind that, because it's just a lot of memories when I look back on it, everything else. But the interesting piece today is that last night, I usually wash my clothes every single day when I get in and just rewear them the next day when I have free time on the weekends to work on the car. But at the end of the day, the cool piece is that I've been wearing this Tobaggan for a few years now, and as you can see, I washed it last night, and apparently I did something wrong, because this won't even fit on my 3-year-old son's head anymore, and it used to be really, really large on me. So I've ruined a Tobaggan. So for those of you out there that have a very small toddler, an infant, I will say, I got the perfect fix for you for the wintertime blues. So, but we're gonna prime today. Again, I've never done this before. I'm gonna try to get as much video footage as possible of that, because I'm interested to see how the process works. I've really asked James a tremendous amount of questions about, hey, what do? Is it just primer you mix in? You buy it in a gallon container, stir it up, and then spray? And he's like, no. And he's very short with me, because I ask a lot of questions, and that's James's personality, which is really honestly fantastic, because he then comes back with a very thorough explanation on, this is the reason why we do this. We use a catalyst and primer to help it harden, or XYZ, everything else. So I'm really lucky to have, and I'll call him a mentor, because he's honestly taught me a tremendous amount of information. But I'm really fortunate to have him around. And I asked him yesterday, I said, hey, you don't mind if I'm filming, right? And he says, witness protection may have a problem with it, but as far as anything else goes, I think we'll be okay. So, which I'm grateful for. You're going to see him in upcoming episodes, hopefully in this one as well. But we'll see. Today's priming day, and I'm really stoked, because it's the next step forward, guys. After we do the prime, after we start priming and it's done, then we get to paint. And we'll paint the engine bay, the door jambs, and then all of a sudden I get to wire the car up. I get to put everything interior wise in the car, get it prepped, get it ready exactly the way that I want it to go. And the build's going to move pretty quickly as we continue forth. This is just that first step to completion, and it's been a long time coming, honestly. We only work on the car on the weekends, and honestly, there's a lot of other projects going on too with James. So it's cool. It's really cool. And I will say, just a small hint, we've got another project coming. I'm to the moon excited about this. I can't give away any details at this point in time, but I was looking for a daily driver, and I considered going brand new. I really like the Genesis model cars, because I want something a little cush but also sporty. So I was looking at a G70 Genesis with the 3.3 all-wheel drive twin turbo V6 package, and really excited about that. I had some issues with the dealership when I went to order the car, and the car came in and it wasn't the right color, and it just didn't work out, and I wasn't feeling really good about the purchase anyway. So I went a completely 180 different direction, and I'm looking for a daily driver. I think we found one. We're in the final pieces of negotiation on the car, but it still needs a little bit of work. It's by no means perfect, but as you can see, I'm really excited about it. So hopefully you'll see that coming up if we can strike this deal that we're going to do. If we do strike the deal, it's going to be a pretty good opportunity, and especially for a learning experience. So the only thing I will say is that we're going air ride, baby. It's going to get slammed. You guys stay tuned. Hopefully you enjoy the priming video today, and I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. Thanks again for tuning in. As promised, didn't get a shot of actually the primer going down because James knew that I would want to spray it anyway, so he knows better at that point. But in all of its glory, here's the first coat, and there's a reason why it's purple. Those that do body work will understand. For me, I don't. So the reason why it is purple is because as we sand, as you can see here, we started sanding a little bit on the door. Everything's still curing up a little bit, but as you sand, any purple spots that are left, as you can see right around in this area here, this modeling, I'll call it, those are going to be imperfections actually in the door, and those need a little bit of work. It will end up sanding them out completely and then coming back and reprimering again, and then coming through and spraying it, sanding it again one more time, just to get it as perfect as possible to do. But there's a curing process or a time for drying process that has to happen here, but it's coming together pretty good. So while that curing process is happening, what's going on is that I've been sandblasting some very old parts for a pickup truck that we're going to start working on after we finish the old Blazer here, which that's going to take a little bit of time to get done. However, I'm looking forward to this because there's a tremendous amount of body work that does need to be done here. So it's going to be a pretty educational experience. As you can see, all of this, nothing is actually smooth. So we're going to take that down to bare metal, try to reshape it again and get it proper, and should be a pretty good time. So this is where we're at today. Hopefully we get to sand a little bit and maybe spray some more primer. Hopefully I can get that on tape, but if not, you get to see what the results are for the moment. Well, it has been another fantastic day when it comes to making progress on the Foxbody. As you can see, the floor, everything is pink. And I thought that the purple, we'd move past the pink, run into the purple phase. It's all good, fine and dandy. Nope. So things that I did today were sandblasting, as I mentioned, and trying to get all the paint off of these fenders. So it has been a success for the most part. I at least know what I'm doing now. And again, I'm just really tired of being pink. This is unreal the amount of sanding and work that it takes to prep a car for paint. For those of you who have done it before, please shout out and say, yes, I agree, or no, you're doing it the wrong way. But I will say one thing, when we wrap this up, I'm gonna be super stoked because I don't have to look at a red car anymore. And don't get me wrong, I love the color red. I had an S2000 before the Foxbody and it was red, it was awesome. However, I didn't paint that car. And I got my GoPros actually pink as well. So anyway, until next weekend or the next time we can work on this, I think we're gonna end up taking a road trip and picking something special up. So we'll catch up with you later on.